All right, we are back now, live. What time is it? 9:53. We are watching these big storms. Bruce Katz and Hannah Gard here. Let's take it full right now, and we'll show you. Here's what we're looking at now. We have a bit of a break coming in, but with that break, we're beginning to see more showers and storms developing off to the west. So if we can take me full, then we'll take Hannah Gard. We can show you what's happening full screen, where we're seeing some big storms continuing to develop here as they move in. Hannah, we've been watching all morning long that threat. So again, Director, can we take us full screen? Showers and storms continuing to move through the area. So once again, it looks like we're going to have to watch out for that. Now, here's a look at live radar right now. And you'll notice that once again, we're seeing these heavy showers and storms moving in. And with those storms, can we take us full screen, guys? And then we'll get to Hannah. Okay. All right, here we go. Now we're back. And my mic is not on, but Hannah, is your mic on?
Is my, yep, my mic's on, Bruce.
All right. Well, my mic is not on. Now my mic is on. Okay. Here we have these showers and storms moving in. So North Shore, you saw some heavy rain, but that heavy rain is moving back in as we move farther south and west. Now, this is our radar that we're looking at from the airport. And Hannah's been telling you, and we've been talking about, the radar that we normally use at Slidell has now been being relocated over to Hammond. So we have a bit of a hole here. So what I want to do is come back, and I'll come back to the frames on Viper, and you can see this is coming in from our Mobile radar, shooting way away from us. And the fact that it's hitting some yellows and reds, that indicates that this is very heavy rain. Now, what I'm going to do is focus in a bit closer, and you can see already toward the river parishes, we're beginning to see that shower and thunderstorm activity moving in. My concern is that although we've been in a break, and with the turbine issues and the power issues and the pumps, the problem is we still have standing water. So if we don't get that pumped out in the next 30 minutes to an hour, this rain is now beginning to shift off to the east, and looks like we may get an additional 1, maybe up to 2 inches isolated. So again, it's very important to watch this situation, because with the water standing and the saturated grounds, we could certainly have more flooding. So as we come on back, the good news, if there's any silver lining, this is going to be the last big line that sags our way. After that, everything in the energy pulls eastward. We will see showers during the afternoon, but for right now, we're going to be watching this. This is a very heavy line. Notice it's slowly sagging off to the southeast. And what we don't like is it's very slow moving. As a result, slow moving, possible training will lead to what we saw last night. Now, we were talking about last night on our broadcast, flash flood watches were in effect. We also had tornado watches. Fortunately, really no verification of that. The biggest issue was flood, and as these storms continue to move eastward slowly, the threat of more flooding in the next hour is more than likely imminent, I would say. So if you don't have to travel, I would certainly stay put. We've been talking about cars going down flooded roadways, pushing water into homes, pushing water into cars. If you do not have to travel uptown, I would stay put. I came in from Metairie. Metairie basically doing fine. All the pumps there, getting the water down. The canal at West Esplanade and Veterans that I saw, it is basically below half full. So Jefferson doing a good job with their pumps, but the issues with the pumps and also those turbines in Orleans, standing water, more rain on the way, not a good recipe for that water to finally settle down. So again, if you don't have to travel, I would certainly stay put over time. Again, on the North Shore, here's some of these showers moving in, and the good news, they're moving pretty quickly on that southern end, on the northern end. But the problem is this action is moving off to the east, and I know it looks weaker because the radar is not at Slidell anymore. That's going to be the issue. As we take a look toward Bay St. Louis, look at some of these rainfall totals, 3 to 5 up to 6 inches of rain. Now, this may look deceiving in the city, maybe a half an inch to an inch and a half. Again, with the radar down, we're not getting those estimates. As a result, we have some ground truth of up to 4 to 6 inches of rain. And Hannah's been telling you here at Fox 8, over 5¼ inches. Over at the Riverbend, that's toward the Riverbend at St. Charles and Carrollton, almost 6 inches. Maria in Marrero, 5 inches. Madeline and Harvey, 7 inches. Ron in Algiers. So again, ground truth here from our weather watchers. And again, we thank you guys for calling in. It's really helping us with the radar situation, because we're going to really depend on you for the next 3 months, because the Slidell radar is probably down till March at this point. Now, yesterday's rain, we break a record, 2.53. Hannah went back and did some of the research. The old record, 2.42, so we beat that by 0.11. And as we take a look at rainfall totals so far, as mentioned, we have to kind of discount some of these numbers with the radar issue. Notice with the radar coming in from Mobile, the heavier rain actually picking up at this point. So last night, showers and storms developed. We were watching that. And again, 3 a.m. over the city. And watch what happens. Training, more rain. This is 5 a.m. So between 3 and 5, heavy rain falling right over the city caused all that flooding, and then yet another wave a little bit farther east. And now here's a line that we're looking at right now. As you can see, it's slowly moving northeast, and I'm concerned about these cells as they move toward the city and bring in more rainfall on top of already flooded streets. Rainfall fall for today. Once we get beyond this line, I think between, say, 11 and noon, things will really settle down, and the rainfall rates will be highest off to the east, where we will see just a few spotty showers. Now, again, at Yeoman Stadium, we've got the big Tulane championship game. We were showing you Calhoun at Claiborne. That's where Tulane is. State Street, we had all those side streets with standing water. So again, my hope is that we can get all this through. The game is at 3 o'clock. As it shifts off to the east, if we can get it past us, things will begin to settle down. But the other issue is, as Josh has been saying, we got to get power to those turbines, because if we don't get those pumps, certainly that could be an issue. We're going to be with you all morning. Fox 8 Morning Edition. We've had this extended version for you. We're going to be tossing now to our regular programming. But again, if anything breaks, we'll be with you. This is a first alert for flooding weather. And remember the Fox 8 weather app. Download it whenever you can.